Welcome to Golf Kingdom News Central. I'm your host, Rob Burgundy, and we've got all the great news from golf. Oh, wait, I'm getting an update from the Pro Tour. It seems that Nigel Doomsdale, the leader on tour, has a putt this week to make the cut. Let's go there now live. Doomsdale from about 5 feet. He's over the putt. This is a big putt for him. He needs to make it to make the cut. Oh, Doomsdale, so close. And we seem to have a reaction from Doomsdale here. Oh my goodness. He's broken his club, and oh, well, this is a shocking development from the Pro Tour. Doomsdale seems to have impaled himself with his club. Well, that escalated quickly. Let's see what's happening on the Golf Kingdom show. Bringing in the show, it appears that we will open with Build It, Kiss, and Pop Culture, and then come back with a Stranogy segment and a news segment called Big Fish. You won't want to miss the Big Fish segment, and of course, Golfer in Black, and a new one, Don't Monkey with Your Game. Always, the Golf Kingdom closes with Time to Rise. So stay classy, because you know what? It's time to build here in the Golf Kingdom. This is an exciting Build It segment to open the show, because we've gone virtual studio here with a golf hole behind me. And it's not just any hole, it's the 18th hole at St. Clair Country Club in Belleville, Illinois, where I grew up. And I've played this hole a million times. And what we want to talk about here in our Build It segment is moving the ball or shot making. And I have a lot of players that come to me and they say, Rob, the other day I played and I had a tree in the way and I had to hook it around the tree. Or the tree was in the way, I had to hit a slice or fade around it. And the question is, how do you do it? How do you play these shots? Because you kind of start off on a flat tee and you hit it out there in the fairway, and all of a sudden, maybe you've missed it right or you've missed it left, or maybe the whole dog legs and there's a tree in the way or something you've got to curve the ball around. It's just not about hitting the ball straight all the time. So the question is, how do you do that? And we're going to use our virtual hole here to talk about this, because we have trees up here on one side and trees on the other side. And if you drive it to the top of the hill where I'm standing, it's a par 5, you have to sometimes curve it right or curve it left around the trees. Let's talk about how to do that. And I got a couple of alignment sticks here to help us see how we have to make the path and the face change to do these things. Now, simply, to start off, if I hit it on this side of the fairway, let's say, and I've got that tree on the left here that I've got to go around to get the green, I can't hit it straight because that tree's in my way. I have to hit a draw as a right to left player. So one of the key things I've got to do is I've got to get my shoulders pulled closed and not get too many other things moving to where I get like this. I want to simply pull my shoulders closed and back this foot out. So if I set up normal, I'm right here. Now I'm going to back my foot out, close my stance, and crank my shoulders closed, which brings my path more in to out right here. And then the thing I've got to do is, as I come through, in to out, and I've got to take this club and twist it and get the face closing. What that does is this, and the alignment sticks help us see it. If this is a straight path and a straight face right at the camera, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get the path to go more to the right or more in to out and get the face left of the path. That's going to create more draw. The more these two sticks diverge with path going this way and face going this way, this would be a gigantic hook if I did this. So I want a little right path and the face left of that path, and that gets me that ball curving right to left, and that's what I want. So if I'm trying to hit a draw, we're trying to get ourselves here and here. Now, to get the cut or fade or slice back to the right if you're a right-handed player, I flip it. I've got to get myself set up to where here's normal. So I'm going to open my stance, and I'm going to take my shoulders and open them this way, which inverts that path stuff. I get a path that's this way going out to the left, or cut path, a cut across path, and the face will be off to the right of that path. So one of the keys to doing this and getting it right is when I get set up, pull this foot back, open my shoulders, let your trail arm drift a little high like that. That helps me get the club going out here and coming down across and keeping the face open. I hit that cut shot. So that's what we're looking for right there. Understanding how to work the ball simply by jogging your shoulders around and jogging your feet around, and you can hit these shots that go this way around the trees or that way around the trees, into this par 5 at St. Clair Country Club. Well, it's time for the KISS segment where I give you something super simple to help your game. Yeah, KISS. Keep it simple, Strano. It's going to be simple, it's going to be easy, and we're going to help your putting with a box of golf balls. So KISS, kiss you with a box of golf balls. How are we going to do it? Check this out. And it's a great drill to do, and you can do it at home. You can do it at the golf course. All you need are your sleeves of golf balls. So I got 3 of them here. We start off 2 feet from the sleeve. So 1, 2 steps away from the sleeve. Just 2 feet away. We go 2 feet, 3 feet, 4 feet. But we want to start off tight to the box first because you know why? We want to build confidence. So what do? Get your sleeve, put it down on the ground. You can put a tee in it to keep it in place or just lay it on the floor at home. 2 feet away. What we're going to do, Daredevil, come to the low camera now, is we're going to try to simply put the balls into the sleeve. Look at that. 1 in a row. Boom, right in there. So from 2 feet, I'm trying to simply put it into the sleeve. 2 in a row. Oh my gosh. Can I go 3 in a row at 2 feet? Is that possible? Yeah, look at that. 3 in a row. Now, when we've done it, we can do 3 in a row. Now we're going to make it a little more challenging. We're going to go to 3 feet. So out here at 3 feet, same thing. I'm trying to simply put into the sleeve. Look at that. 4 in a row. Holy smokes. So this drill really tightens down your stroke and helps you get really good at aiming and putting into the sleeve. I mean, the hole will look really big if you can putt into the sleeve. Now, I'm out at 4 feet now. So let's see if we can do it 4 feet. Once again, setting up, rolling it, boy, right in there. Now, to help you with your aim, one thing you can do is you can grab an alignment stick. So I'm going to grab an alignment stick here. And one last thing, if you start to struggle with this, put an alignment stick down to help you aim. This will help you a bunch. The alignment stick down, it points into the box. One last putt here at 4 feet for the KISS drill. Can I get it? Yes. Okay, we got to hit this last one, don't we, gang? Can we go 9 in a row, 2 feet, 3 feet, 4 feet? How about that? 9 in a row. Back to the big one, Daredevil. 9 in a row, 2 feet, 3 feet, 4 feet. Mwah! The KISS drill. Use your sleeves, and I'll tell you what, it'll tighten your putting stroke down, and you'll make a lot more putts on the golf course. Okay, pop culture time, and I love using catchphrases to help you remember how to do things on the golf course. And we're going to use the phrase, the struggle is real. Because when you get these big slopey lies like I'm standing on, and I'm standing on a big one right now, you just thought this was a dramatic pose to make me look cool on TV. No, it's because this is a big side hill lie. I'm trying not to fall over this hill. And I'm standing with this leg up and this leg down to show you how big the slope is and to stand here. And the mistake everybody makes on these side hill lies is they don't stay down through the shot. So they try to get in there and take their normal swing. They maybe will bend over more, but they'll take their normal swing, and because they're bent over, their body doesn't like it. And when they swing through, they stand up and top it and roll along the ground, or you may catch it thin and scream it along the ground. You've got to make a couple adjustments to hit this shot right. Here they are. You've got to understand you cannot take your normal swing from this lie. If I turn my hips and straighten my leg, it stands me up. You have to get bent over more, you have to get squatty more, and you have to hold the squatty legs. If I hold the squatty legs, that means my upper body is going to deliver more of the hit this way. So I squat, I bend, I get down there, and then to stay down there, I can't straighten this leg and turn because then I get taller. I got to stay squatty and come through upper body and stay in my knee bend. See, I'm still squatty with my knees. The ball will always go to the right when I hit the shot, so I'm aim a little left, stay squatty in my knees, deliver it with my upper body, and just focus on hitting it solid. I want a solid shot here. Or was that a solid, great shot right at the flag? And see, I held my squatty knees here. Oh my gosh, it might have gone in. It was right at it. But the squatty knees, you've got to hold that through the hit. And remember, it's hit from the upper body. On these big tippy lies, you can't take your normal golf swing. You got to make these modifications. You do that, you're going to hit the shot solid every time and not hit these squirrely tops and thin shots that cost you your score on the golf course.
You want a golf tip that will really make this game easier? Okay, here's mine. The fastest way to get good is by finding a great coach. And the fastest way to find that person is through golfchannelacademy.com. It'll match you up with the best coaches in your area.
And now you can even schedule a new student assessment.
So, what are you waiting for?
Schedule a training session with your local coach, Rob Strano from Strano Golf Academy in Destin, Florida at stranogolf.com.
It's Stranogy, yes, on-course stuff where we talk about how to play the game, and I take you and show you some golf holes and some interesting things out there that maybe you don't see when you play that'll help you when you go out there and you've got to hit a shot or play a hole and kind of decide, what do I do? Do I go for it? Do I lay up? Where do I need to aim? You know what? I got an idea. Let's talk about all those today, and I've got some holes we're going to look at that are going to help us understand what to do. Let's look at the first one here on the 60-inch screen. So what we've got here is a par 3, very simple hole right here. Starts here, comes across the green is here, and we've got kind of a waste area here that is kind of offset. It kind of covers the green and the fairways over there. Now, let's go to the second image. I've kind of taken it. If you look at the second image, I've put some lines on here. So the red line is a direct line to the middle of the hole. The yellow line follows where the fairway is cut. So the fairway is over here. The middle of the green is here. So what happens is we have a very short dog leg here. It's a par 3. It's only 150 yards, and it's got a dog leg in it because the green's over here and the fairway's up there. And what happens is you follow the fairway because you want to keep the ball above the fairway. You aim over here, and everything is missed off into the trees over here. If you push it or you hit it straight, you're on the green. But if the flag's over here, you're aimed way to the right. So pay attention. Sometimes fairway shoves you out of position, and you realize, you know what, I got to aim over here, which means I got to kind of aim over this natural waste area where there is no safe short grass. So par 3s, watch them. The fairways don't always point to the green. Now, let's look at the next hole here, and we're going to talk about, as we look at it, going for it, or understanding when you hit a good tee shot on a par 5, where do you need to aim and where do you need to go? So this is me recently. This is a par 5. I drove it right where that red X is. Now here's the go for it. I've got lake over here, bunkers around the green, and the flag was where this X was, which means this circle, if I put it over here where this X is in the middle of this circle, this part of the circle is off in the lake. I don't want to aim in the lake. So if I hit a little pull, I'm going to go off in the lake. What I want to do is understand a pull and a little weak right shot. I need to slide this circle around to aim correctly. So what did I do? I didn't aim at the flag right here. I aimed at this spot right here. I took this circle, my miss pattern, my pull and my push, and I slid it to where the middle of that was off to the right, more in the center of the green. So when I went for it, my decision was easy because this was a very safe area. If this was off in the water, then you know what? My decision was different. It was lay up and playing from there. So Stranogy, understand where to aim on holes where the fairway's offset, and also when to go for it. This will help you make good decisions on the golf course. Well, I love to come up with new stuff for you, and I've got a new segment. Yeah, it's our big fish segment, and holy smokes, that's a big fish, and I got a big thing to help your game, not using a little club like this. We're going to use a big club to show you something big to help you. So I'm going to leave this right here. And Daredevil, let's jump to the big screen here and check this out. I've got a gigantic club to help you see something really important to understand how this thing moves in the backswing. So I've put a stick on here to help you see where the face points as the club moves. Now the thing to understand is, I'm going to grip this. If I stand up straight, the club should perfectly match my angle of my back, my spine angle as we say in golf. So if I'm a right-handed golfer, I'm obviously hitting it this way. So if I stand up straight in my backswing, that matches my spine. As I start to bend, it comes with me. It doesn't stay there. If I bend and that stays there, that club face is open. See when I tip now? That's pointed behind me. That's an open face. So correct way is I'm here, I bend, and that matches my spine angle perfectly. So as I swing the club back, I want it to match. So it'll look like this. As I swing back, it's nice and calm and it matches my spine angle. I do not want it to turn too much, which would be too much hand action. And look at where that points. That points way behind me. Conversely, the one we never see when we're working with students is we never see that one, the one where the face is down and it's really shut and strong. We want to come back, let that match our spine angle right there, and definitely not be toe up. We read a lot of stuff about toe up, that's open. So if I come back and keep it calm and it matches my spine angle, watch what happens when I stand up. It still matches my spine angle. So understanding in a big way, a big fish look at how this club moves correctly will help you when you look at your videos. When you're taking your videos with your phone, if you come back and that doesn't match your spine angle, you're in the wrong spot. That would be open, and more face down would be closed. Work hard on understanding this. Practice this at home. Use your mirror, just like the screen here, the camera is my mirror as I go back. Use your mirror, check that out, practice it. And if you get control of this, you'll get control of the golf ball when you go play. Welcome to Gib Headquarters. I am Special Agent R, and I am your oh geez, I just revealed who I am. Hang on, I am Special Agent R. I'm not Rob, never mind. Golfer in Black, GIB. It's about the top secret stuff that you don't know about golf, that tour players that we know that will help you with your game. And I'm going to discuss wind here to help you kind of figure out what do you do when it's windy and what do we do as tour players when it's windy, the things that help us. One of the key things to understand when it's windy is you want to hit the ball more solid, not harder. The harder you swing, the more it spins and the more it'll curve and the more it'll go offline. Swinging harder doesn't equal hitting it more solid. It's like if you're hammering a nail and you're trying to hit the nail as hard as you can, I guarantee you, you're not hitting the nail solid, and you get nails pinging off all over the place. In golf, when it's windy, focus on hitting it more solid, and when you hit it solid, the ball comes off and bores through the wind. That's a super duper big key. Now, we've got a little saying that's kind of been recited as coaches, and it's bled onto the tour players, and we all know it, and it kind of goes like this. When it's breezy, you must swing easy. Everybody say it with me. When it's breezy, you must swing easy. Easy equals hitting it solid. So two things. When it's windy, we want to focus on hitting it solid and swinging under control so we can hit it solid. It's when you swing as hard as you can that the club face, the sweet spot, is all over the place and the ball goes curving right, curving left. You hit it thin, you hit it fat. Tom Watson, one of the best ball strikers of all time in the Open Championship, also was one of the most solid ball strikers of all time, which is why he won all those British Open Championships. So focus on hitting it solid and swinging under control, and you'll challenge those windy days more so than those windy days challenging you. Alexa, open Golf Kingdom.
Welcome to Golf Kingdom. Here's your golf tip of the day.
Welcome to the Golf Kingdom. I am your host, Rob Strano, and here is today's Pro Pointer. Alexa, stop. If you want more Pro Pointers from me via your Amazon-enabled skill at the Golf Kingdom, be sure to go there and enable it. Every day I give you a new tip, free, with your Amazon-enabled device. So enable the Golf Kingdom and you'll get a tip from me, your host, Rob Strano, every day. Welcome back to the Golf Kingdom, and we've rigged up the technology. We've got the X-Putt technology here to help us see some data about putting and to help you understand maybe some things you do wrong that you've got to fix. I'm going to help you understand how to fix them. Now, with the technology, we get good face and path information here. We get all our data, ball speed, launch, distance, putter path, and impact angle over there. Now, I'm going to hit a putt here, and we're going to get just good regular data. So Daredevil, go to the low view, and here comes just a good putt, normal stroke, 10-footer right down the middle, bang, right in the middle. So we had this good number right here, this launch direction, 0.5. Anything less than 1.0 at 10 feet is good. The closer we get to 0.0, the better we are. Now, let's talk about errors that occur in putting. And one of the key ones is excessive body movement. Here's what we want to understand we putt. This part right here, from your knee up through kind of your flank, above your hip bone here, right here, this piece needs to stay still. The other piece that needs to stay still is the side of your face and the side of your lead side of your neck. These two pieces need to hold as this middle piece moves around those static positions. Now the question is, if this piece moves, if I'm putting at the camera here, and this piece goes like this, so the seam of my pants goes that way, this pocket moves. So if my stroke does that and I kind of turn and look at the putt like that, what happens to the ball? Well, you know what? Let's hit a ball and see what happens to it. Daredevil, come to the low view so everybody can see how the putter moves. I'm going to move that lead hip and kind of turn and face it. There it goes, and it's going to miss to the left, and way too much power. Oh my gosh. We had way too much power. We had 5.1 on the ball speed, almost 1.0 more than we needed. And that launch was way to the left. That was almost one left. And remember, if it's one, we're going to miss. So once again, come low, and then we're going to jump to the big view. And I'm going to really exaggerate that hip move this time. Here it goes. Back, hips turn open. And oh my gosh, that's going to miss way left. It rolled by the hole a lot. That path was 2.9 out to in, so it was a cut across. So this move where the hips turn out and you kind of find yourself looking at the putt like this, it really pulls the putter face to the left and you yank it left. So you want to focus on really keeping this still, keeping the side of your head still, and the middle part right here, the shoulders, the arms, they move around those static pieces. We want to keep that nice and still. This is still, this is still, and this is our piece that moves right here. Our data shows us when we get too wobbly with the hips, it adds power and it makes this face yank left. If you're missing left on a straight putt, try this. Keep this still, and see if it doesn't straighten, your putt's out. Well, do you find yourself monkeying with your golf game? Well, I've got a monkey here. His name is Neil, and he's going to help me give you something to help you to stop monkeying with your game. Yeah, doing things you think you should be doing to help you hit it better. So Neil's got a message for us, and Neil, let me get that message from you. Sorry about that, buddy. But let's see what the message says. What are you monkeying with in your golf game? And it says this. It says, "Dear Neil, should I move my ball position back in my stance to hit it more solid?" The answer is no, because if you move it back in your stance, you're going to jack up your angle of attack and you're going to hit down too much. Every player I see that moves the ball back in their stance, their angle of attack gets too steep and they start taking gouges out of the ground. When you start doing that, you start backing up to help it in the air. Now you're swinging backwards and you made a mess of it. Let me show you some data real quick that'll help you understand this. So here we go. This data we see is all the PGA Tour averages for ball striking, and this column is angle of attack with all clubs, but we're going to zero in here. Next one, an 8-iron. The angle of attack is 4.5 degrees down. 4.5, it's barely down. We're not hitting down 25 degrees. We're not hitting down a bunch. We're only hitting down 4.5. Then the next one is a 7-iron, which is a fitting club. We only hit down 0.2 more, 4.3. So here's what we got to understand. Impact as we hit down. It's not a lot. It's just a little bit. It's 4 degrees, 3 degrees. When we do that, you know what we get divot-wise? We get this. We get bacon strip divots. We get nice, clean impact. What do we not want? We don't want hamburger patties. No matter how good the hamburger patty gets and looks, we don't want that kind of a divot. We want bacon strips. Do this, and you'll stop monkeying around with your game and doing the wrong stuff, and you'll hit it better. Well, I know you've got a favorite flavor or brand of chewing gum. And this is a hard segment because I got gum in my mouth, and gum can help you with your backswing. And I'm going to show you how you do it. But you got to be sure the gum you've got, this is really hard to talk. The gum you've got, you have to be able to blow a bubble with it. If you can't blow a bubble, find a family member that can and have them teach you how to do it. So here's what we got to do. And it's going to be tough for me to talk and do this. So we'll see what kind of talent level I've got. But when you swing back and it's indirect, when you swing back indirect, that was the wrong thing to say. When you swing back and you don't get loaded behind it, your head stays over your front foot. So the bubble gum is how it's going to help us move correctly. So I'm going to blow a bubble, and I want to take the bubble and move it over my back shoe. Get it, just the word I want is direct. Directly move the bubble over your back shoe. So it'll look like this. Let's see if I can blow a bubble first. So I'm going to move it over my back shoe. Just like that. So the thing is, I can see the bubble. When I blow it from my face, I can see it. So I can see if it's moving. If it's not moving to the right or towards my trail shoe when I swing, I'm doing it wrong. So it gives you visual feedback in front of you. If your head's staying still or the bubble goes towards your front shoe, that would be wrong. So blow a bubble and move the bubble more towards your back shoe, and you'll get turned behind it. Get your favorite gum. Gosh, it's so hard to talk with this gum in my mouth and do the segment. Get your favorite flavor of gum, chew it, blow a bubble, and do the drill. It'll help your game, trust me. One of the great things about golf is you can go out and play alone. Yeah, you can go out there by yourself and just knock it around and have a good time. And this Time to Rise segment is kind of about that simple thing. It's about the joy of playing alone and getting out there and just having nature and the golf course to yourself. And you know what? When you're out there by yourself, sometimes you play some of your best golf because you kind of make decisions and do things that you wouldn't normally do when you're playing with everybody else. And you can kind of explore how good you can get with your game. And there's a saying in golf. It goes like this. If you dare to do things others won't do, you'll go places others won't go. And sometimes, like this picture here, you've got to go that road alone. You've got to decide, you know what, I'm going to dare to do this, and I'm going to trust that it's going to take me somewhere others won't go, and I'm going to end up doing something exciting for me or do something I didn't think I could do. Same thing in golf. When you're out there by yourself, you know, you can get up on a hole and go, you know what, I never hit driver here. I'm going to get up this time, and I'm going to hit driver and see what happens. And dare to do it. And you have success alone sometimes on the golf course. And that leads to success when you're out there playing with your buddies or when you maybe play a tournament or you're playing a scramble with some coworkers or stuff like that. So don't be afraid to get out there by yourself and try things on the golf course. Or get out there and go, you know what? I'm going to make this decision and I'm going to go skydiving maybe, something I've always wanted to do. I think if I were to skydive, I'd do it one time and I'd land on the ground and I'd go, you know what? That's great. Let's go back up and do it again. So dare what others won't decide to do, and you'll go places others don't want to go or are afraid to go. Do that, whether you're practicing golf or making decisions out there on business or life or stuff, and you'll find things will be maybe a lot more fun and exciting, and you'll find courage maybe you didn't think that you had. Well, that was a really fun show in the Golf Kingdom where we brought you some new stuff. We had the Big Fish segment where I used a big golf club to show you something big to help your game. And of course, my buddy Neil the Monkey here, we helped you with the new segment, Don't Monkey Around with Your Game. Don't do something you shouldn't be doing. And you know what you need to do though, is you need to go out on social media and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube page, where we have all the shows there. Also, you can watch the shows on Amazon Fire TV and Roku. Yeah, go download the Golf Kingdom TV show channel there, and you can watch all the past episodes and get caught up in the fun stuff we do here in the Golf Kingdom. And one last thing, if you have an Alexa device, ask Alexa to enable the Golf Kingdom skill. And you can get a tip from me, your host, Rob Strano, every day. What a great deal. Alexa can give you a tip from me to help your game. Thanks again for joining us here in the Golf Kingdom.